What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, LoBaggers? Happy Friday, September 18th to all of you. Welcome to the weekend. Thank you for watching Betting with the Bad Bag right here on odds.com, the Odds HQ, coming off a middling day, 5-4 plus 5-4 plus 0.36 units. Middling, okay, we'll take it. We did cash with the Bengals. Fortunately, cash for the Bengals. I know the Browns backers are angry at the Bengals backers. And, you know, you have every right to be, but your secondary was full of injuries. Burrows is a real deal, but you have every right to be a little angry. I don't mean to laugh. Shout out to all the cappers in the chat. We got Michael Irvalina ready to go. Didn't hit his AJ Green props. AJ Green did not look that good last night. 3 catches thrown to 13 times. There is Joe Free. We did cash the Bengals plus 6. Rough but rocked. I like it. There's backdoor cover. We cashed that Heat Celtics under. I thought in the second half, I was like, we're going to comfortably hit this. And it was closer. I went 1-1 in NBA because I doubled up. I had the first half under 2, which missed by a half point. Half point. Could have been a big day. Backdoor cover also on AJ Green props. There's Nilo ready to go. Love the backdoor cover. There's Brandon Lugo ready to eat. Cash action bets. Running hot right now. Looking at 2 or 3 plays today. Great job, cash action on your Mets yesterday. Man, are the Phillies terrible. Canadian Capper. Wow, look at what a giant day our Canadian Capper had on the show yesterday. Great work. Chubb over 72 yards. Chubb first TD. Browns up 7-9 at the half. Wow. A 1K night for Canadian Capper. I love it. There's Alexei Popovich ready to go. Buzz nuts. Only Hunter. And it says, Canadian Capper, I tailed that plus 4,000. Nice work, guys. Ostino Liggett. Viper NB. Top set. Big Goblet. Shouting out the Heat. Man, it looked like the real deal. Mitch Bruner. Robert Allen, Mr. Know-It-All, Steve Priest, Slats 45. Man, the Yanks. Thank you guys for forcing me on that. Probably should have taken the team total over 2. Ended up 3-3 in MLB. Down. What did that make me down? Down 0.56 units. Xavier Oliver, Mr. Wisdom, Daniel saying happy Friday. Love it. Daniel, thank you. Top set. Ready to go. Make that cash tonight. Mr. Wisdom. 6-0 yesterday. Kobe Fist. Tyrone Coleman in the house. Mr. Ghoster. Ralph Portwando. Man, great to see Ralph Portwando. We have not seen Ralph Portwando in too long. Ralph Portwando, excellent capper. Wondering what you're doing on the NBA game. That's the only thing I've bet so far today. Took the under 211. Ulysses Hayes. Talisman. Johnny K. Joe Yurkovich ready to go. Missed you on the show as well, Joe Yurkovich. Great stuff. Ulysses ready to go. Smith Legacy says that shit was not funny. I'm sorry. It's just that's what you get for betting Browns, man. I wore all brown in celebration. Brightwear, Nick Hubb, Razor Sharp, another winner. Unbelievable. 11-1 in his last 12. Wonder what he's doing today. Great to see you. There's Adam Lastman, Tom Lampert, Dim Sum King, Dutch Boy Fresh. Smart was fire early, died late, but you guys got the over 13.5. I say you guys because when I went to bet it, the minus 120 was minus 145, so I didn't bet it at that price. It went up to minus 170, then back to minus 155. So there was 2 spots I couldn't bet. There was a 25-cent move on that Red Sox first 5. It ended up pushing. So I didn't have to be extremely angry. But that Red Sox was plus 105 when I decided to move on it on the show. When I went to bet at minus 120. So I didn't bet on it either. Ken Mizrahi, Joseph Gomez, Red Girl. Got to be proud of her Miami Heat. All right, it is time to get to work. Rude Jude, Guillermo Zertucci. Yes, he didn't. I had to bet it again, Guillermo. There was a opener that the Jays used. And I tweeted that out, Julian Merriweather. So that was the same. I did get paid because I bet it again. So, yeah, it sucks. There's Leroy Flood. Coy more. Topset says Yanks was another gift. They're few and far in between, but we love them. We love them. Thank you, Ulysses, the GOAT. Richard Pryor on my chest. Wesley Costas ready to go. Levi Kressler decided to take alt line of Browns -5. Alt line. Oh, I feel you. Get a little extra juice. I guess. I mean, what did it end up at? It ended at, okay, whatever. Let's keep rolling. Okay, let's get to work. Let's bring in our expert, Conor Mack, today. We're going to be breaking down all 18 MLB games. Then we're going to get into a little NCAA football. We're also going to be joined by DJ Big Boss for the NCAA breakdown. And then we're going to get into the big NBA game. Let's bring them on straight out of Vegas. C-Mac in the house. How are you, Conor?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. We've got a lot of work to do. You ready to attack?
Let's get it.
Let's get it. How's your action been the last couple of days?
Wednesday was good. I went 4-0 in MLB, and yesterday I got lucky with the under in the Heat game. That was
why is that lucky?
I mean, a tad bit. It wasn't that lucky, I guess. You're right. All right, I'll give it to you. It looked like it was going over for a while.
At what point in the first quarter?
And a little bit in
the pace continually slowed as the game went on.
Correct, and that's what I thought would happen. So thank God. And then Rockies pushed, and I had the Phillies, and that Nola just rocked. 6-6 there, and Islanders lost. Everything kind of in like a 30-minute thing. Just went either you're gonna win or you could. So that's how it works. That
Rockies spot, the hit by pitch. In the fourth, and then you saw who we had batting in the bottom of the fifth. That push sucked. Plus 130 there. I stayed off the Islanders yesterday. That under was nice, but I almost look if that first period under 1.5 had been a better number, I would have taken it, and that would have been a loss. Christmas says my Phils bullpen blows. Alexei Popovich says never bet the Phils. Gio Mercedes says all I want to say is Phillies bullpen one of the worst in MLB history. That's all you need to say. All right, let's get to work right now. C-Mac, we're going to start with the 3 doubleheaders. So Cardinals Pirates is what we are going to open up with. Let's move over to MLB and get all of our odds up and Adam money lines, totals. 7-inning game here. Martinez versus Trevor Williams. Carlos Martinez and the Cardinals open up -165. They're now -170. This total is sitting at 7. Carlos Martinez, it doesn't matter how bad the Pirates are at 15-34, how bad Trevor Williams is being 1-7, 6.35 ERA, 1.63 WHIP. There's no way, there's no chance that I would take Carlos Martinez at this price. 11 1/3 innings so far this year, 4 home runs allowed. He's been awful. In his last start, he lasted 4 innings against the Reds. Still struck out 8, but gave up 3 runs and 6 hits. His previous 2 starts, he went 3 2/3 innings each, gave up a combined 10 runs and 14 hits. Also, Dakota Hudson, which my whole Cardinals bet was based around, left after 2 innings in that loss yesterday. Tightness in his pitching elbow, so they had to go through their whole bullpen while Brault pitched a complete game. I know I wish this was a 9-inning game so we could take more advantage of this tired bullpen. But Pirates hit 207, 594 OPS. I guess this is just a complete stay-off at this point. Cardinals, Pirates, game 1 of the double dip. C-Mac, you making moves?
No way. Both these pitchers are horrible. The only value would be in the Pirates here. Martinez has just gotten lit up too. Williams has been no better. 24 in his last 21 innings. He's just god-awful. I just look over, and I don't like doing this with these 7-inning games. I just don't want to do it. But those would be my 2 looks value-wise with the Pirates and then over in this game because both guys just getting lit up.
They're both getting touched. There's cold weather throughout the states today. It's not so bad in Pittsburgh, but 68 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy. 10 miles per hour sideways out.
You can be a little stiff, Jimmy, but you can be a little stiff, but when you just get rocked, you get rocked. Cold or hot, these guys are bad. So, I mean,
Wesley Costas giving us the Cardinals information. I'm not at an extra base hit in 17 innings.
Yeah, since that 4-2 win, I had Wainwright in that doubleheader. He's plus 145. So it's a day off for me. I want nothing to do with these games.
Yeah, okay. Let's pass.
You looking at the over a little bit or what?
I was. Jared Trader says, why not take the over? But the Pirates not hitting righties at 207, 594. This Cards team not with no extra base hit in the last 17 innings. I mean, that's enough just to move past it. Jared Trader says both pitchers bound to give up 2 or 3 runs at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is a stay off. We have game 2, and the pitching gets worse somehow. I mean, I don't know how it's possible.
Was that possible here?
Chad Cool, Daniel Ponce de Leon. Ponce de Leon, I don't know how he's still in the show. He's lucky there's no AAA this year because he wouldn't be there. 0-3, 6.23 ERA, 1.62 WHIP, 16 walks and 21 2/3, 6 home runs allowed. But Cool, so he left his last start with a cuticle abrasion. That's what we call it, a cuticle abrasion. And he says he's better now, but he got 9 runs, 4 hits, 6 walks, and 2 1/3. God, thank you, Kevin Ramos. Thank you for joining us. Bleds W says another over. The Cardinals will be the home team, but this is in Pittsburgh. And do we have a line out for it? No line out for this. So, we can just move on. Are you making a move here? Would you make a move here in any situation?
No way. I can't touch this game. This is just as bad as the first one. I mean, I guess lean over and a tiny bit of value with the Pirates. What do you have as the numbers?
Nothing. Let me see if.
Oh, okay. Is it okay?
Number up. Let me see if I can go dig a little deeper.
Game 2.
Oh yeah, I have a number here. Sorry, my fault. It's exact same, almost exact same. The Cards are minus 170.
Okay.
Yeah, plus 150 for the Pirates. This total is at 7. That St. Louis, the game 1 total is a pick 'em at 7. This one's minus 120. Man, it's just this is just ugly. There's Maxwell Smart joining us. Johnny K catch the Pirates yesterday. I don't know about today. Okay, let's just move on. Now we have the double dip Phillies Jays. I found this whole MLB card tricky. I was thankful to get to talk it out with somebody. So this is in Philly, but Jays are the home team in game 1. 71 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy, but 11 miles per hour in. And Zach Eflin, Robbie Ray, 2 pitchers that I don't trust at all. The Phillies smash lefties, but they're dealing with so many injuries that now Segura was their hottest hitter. He's not going to unlikely to play today after taking a pitch to the triceps. There's no Real Muto. There's no Rhys Hoskins.
Yeah.
The Jays just got destroyed. In Ray's last outing, though, he looked pretty good. 4 hits, 1 run in 5 innings. But the Blue Jays just got outscored 43-15 in 3 games.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see what we got here at Bet 365. It's a pick'em. Totals at 7. A double dip. You making a move here, Phillies Jays?
No. Robbie Ray did look good. Finally. He just hasn't looked good all year. And Eflin is just a guy I've always faded. I've never really liked. So Jays are reeling a little bit. Phillies got hot there for a second. Yeah, Eflin, he's always been a stay off for me. I've never been high on him. You?
No, there's the Philly staff, when you got past Nola, has always been tricky for me, tricky to figure out. And then we had so much offense in both of these 2 games, both of these 2 teams' previous games. And, but here we have travel for the Jays, and then this 11 miles per hour in. Ron Walsack says, better than a testicle abrasion. I believe he's talking about the cuticle abrasion.
Wow.
You're right.
Pictures, man.
I hate to be sitting here with all these question marks. But how do you make a legitimate move here in a 7-inning game with 2 bums on the mound and 2 offenses that you expect runs from, but a windy day with the weather coming in? I don't know. Is this just a
horrible bullpen? It's a pass for me. I want nothing with the Phillies after last night. Total stay off.
Yeah, total stay off. Nilo says to Max, how was your birthday? Max, did we miss your birthday? Tell me we didn't miss your birthday, man.
Birthday's yesterday, yeah.
Same as mine. Maxie's birthday too? Oh, man. Happy birthday, Maxie. Sorry, we gave out a lot of love to our C-Mac and to Chili Dog Dooley, but I didn't know it was Max's birthday as well, man. Shit. Sorry I missed that. Happy birthday, my man. Carl Shen says, where'd you get that shirt, buddy? I've had this shirt for probably 20 years now. No, maybe 18 years. I don't dry it. That's the trick. Don't put it in the dryer. Don't let them beat up prior. Game 2, we have no line. It's a bullpen day for the Phillies. And then we have Stripling going. Is there any situation in Game 1 that would lead you to make a move in Game 2?
Maybe looking at the lineups, but with the Phillies, it's got to be a bullpen. I don't know. Like you said, there's no starter.
Yeah, it's bullpen day.
I like Stripling, but he's been so since being with the Jays. I'd maybe look Blue Jays. Let me check the number real fast. You guys got you got a number on that second game?
No, there's nothing up because the bullpen day, they haven't decided who at least is going to possibly start.
These doubleheaders, I got to stay off. Sorry.
No, it's look, we're trying to make money. It's very, very tricky. Jay's bullpen reeling, Phillies bullpen awful. And then I guess if there wasn't travel involved and a double dip, so weaker lineups, and then weather blowing in, it's just not how I want to start out the day. Dutch Boy Fresh on the Nuggets first quarter. Johnny K also on the Nuggets first quarter. All right, let's move on to the final double dip. Let's get through these double dips, man. I want to make some moves here. Nationals, Marlins. Both games. Marlins will be the home team. They're 8-13 at home. This is their last homestand of the year. This is Nat's last road trip of the year. Nat's 18-29. I know a ton of us are on their season win total under. Gorgeous bet. Fetty versus Sixto Sanchez. Let's see what we got here for game 1 of this dip. I don't have it up here.
I can't find it. I can't find either.
Wow, so maybe they don't know if Corbin is going to start instead of Fetty. Wow. Tricky. Okay, so no line. Anyway, let's see if any of these books. Does anyone have a line for this first Marlins game? No, nothing. Well, let's not waste too much time on it, except to say if Sixto is pitching in a 7-inning game, he can probably go the distance here. He's already faced the Nats on August 22nd. It was his worst start of his 5 career starts, 3 runs in 5 innings in that game. There is a possibility that Marlins throw Braxton Garrett instead of Sixto, or they're both. Oh, man. You know what?
Too many unknowns here.
Yeah.
Marlins, though, I got it. Let's talk real quick. I can't believe they're still 25-23 here. You got to give it up to them. Coming down the stretch, they got a chance here. Nationals just got nothing in them.
Oh, they've nailed it in. It's just the Soto and Trey Turner are the only ones fighting right now.
Yeah. So I look Marlins, but we have no pitchers, no nothing right now.
Yeah. For sure, because Fetty, 5.06 ERA, 1.61 whip. But, do you want this Marlins team as a minus 180. I mean, what do you give the line with Sixto Sanchez if it's Sanchez Fetty?
I'd say Fetty's plus 140.
Plus 140, minus 160 on the Marlins.
Yeah. What do you think? That's what I probably think it would be.
I think that if Sixto Sanchez is minus 160 against Fetty and the Nats, that he gets bet heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's being lights out.
Well. We went against him last week, and he pitched pretty well. He skated around there against the Braves.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. Sorry, you didn't take that game, but I did. I had the Braves -1. And they came back, tied it, and lost in extras. But he pitched well, and I couldn't believe it. So
we have DJ Big Boss in the chat. He's going to be joining our show shortly. That was a breakdown, a semi-breakdown of 3 7-inning doubleheaders. Just awful. That's what MLB's done to us. All right, let's start talking 9-inning games, and let's start making moves. We're going to start with White Sox, Reds, Stever versus Antoni. This opened with the White Sox favored and quickly went over to the Reds. This total is at 9 and hasn't moved. 65 Fahrenheit in Cincinnati. It's cold all over the place. Clear, 10 miles per hour sideways across the diamond. White Sox hit righties harder and harder as the season has gone on. At first they were only hammering lefties, but now they're just hitting everybody. 266, 770 OPS. Reds versus righties, 214, 720 OPS. Reds bullpen is improving. They've won 5 straight. They were off yesterday after that brilliant showing by Luis Castillo. And these White Sox, they just keep rolling. I came so close to backing them yesterday, and I wish that I had a 3-game lead now over the Twins, 23-6 since August 16th. Abreu hitting .392 over his last 29 games. And then what do we do with Stever? Stever last year pitched an A and high A. Stever didn't even get to double A. 10 and 10, 3.48 ERA, 1.18 whip. The strikeout to walk ratio in A and high A was very good, 154 Ks, 27 walks, but he allowed a run and 2 hits, struck out 3, walked 2 over 3 2/3 against Detroit in his major league debut on Sunday. Chili Dog Dooley celebrated his birthday with a White Sox casher. Shane Schwader. It's Shane Schwader's birthday. Nice. Called the Heat. Nice job, Shane. You did. You were all over that. Well, White Sox, Reds. What do you think here, C-Mac?
Yeah, you were talking about Seaver. He's really gone up the ranks quick, to be in the bigs. And I lean White Sox here. I know the Reds have been playing better. I got their under season total. I haven't liked anything the Reds except they play ball real well lately. I think I might take the White Sox here, -105.
Yeah, Reds have to go 7-2 for you not to cash that.
Yeah.
7-2.
7-2.
I mean, I completely understand. Viper says seems like a trap price, but I'll be on the White Sox.
It is. It seems a little bit.
I think that the first 5. I mean, do I trust TJ Antoni that much more than I trust Stever? Yes. But how much more? That first 5, you want to take -125 on the Reds? Wow. Chili Dog Julius definitely seems like a trap, but can't fade Sox. There's Shaft joining us. Bright Wear Reds all day and Twins my dog. Jojo Rich joining us. I just wish it wasn't -125. Wesley Costa says Reds have played well against the Pirates and Cards who can't hit at all. If I could get a decent line, if I could get a pick 'em, I would take the Reds first 5.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm not going to get it, and I'm not going to take the -0.5. But out of curiosity, what is that first alternate? Oh, they're not giving me an alternate 5-inning run line, just alternate 5-inning total? That's crazy. All right. And Jim saying Antoni, an unknown for me. Yeah. And Stever. Okay. So no moves yet on this 18-game MLB card. Let's move on to Indians-Tigers. Cold in Detroit. Cold up here in Toronto. 56 Fahrenheit in Detroit, and the wind blowing out heavy. 13 miles per hour out to right center. Plesac, Fulmer. Fulmer's being just an abomination. 9.27 ERA, 2.15 whip, 7 home runs allowed in 22 and a third. What happened to this guy? This guy had possible ace material. And then Plesac came crashing back to earth. Something that Jin Rummy was expecting. Crashing back to earth. Indians versus righties, 236.98. Tigers versus righties, 226.671 OPS. Tigers bullpen's being hit quite hard lately. Indians bullpen continues to shine. Plesac gave up 5 runs, 3 home runs, 7 innings, 8-4 loss to Minnesota on Saturday. And then I tried, and it was foolish, obviously, to fade Bieber in the first 5 yesterday. Ramirez 2 homers, but Santana and Franmil Reyes are doing nothing. So it's just Ramirez is the only one hitting. Lindor's hitting a little bit. Fulmer's just been awful. And he's 2-4 with a 7.46 ERA and 10 career starts against Cleveland.
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up. He has just gotten lit up against the Tribe. It's hard for me to back Fulmer here, you know. The price is nice. Indians are reeling. You know, they have not played good ball. And Plesac, like you said, has come back down to earth. You know what I mean? So I don't want Zach Plesac at minus 200. Do you?
Minus 200 for you. It's minus 230 at Bet365.
Okay.
I mean, it's a huge price. Boston Nick joining us, the Lock Nick Monster, Damon Santori. Jin Rummy is going to make a move on the Tigers. Thinks he's getting bang for his buck, and I guess he is.
Yeah.
You know, if he could.
You are, for sure.
I just Bled's Indians team total over.
Maybe, yeah. The over, it's 8.5. I mean, you can lean that way. What Plesac are you going to get? He's been solid all year until lately. Like you said, he's come back down to earth. Got to be a pass for me.
I'm going to take a lot of heat. Take a lot of heat for wearing all brown. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I guess the over makes sense. Let's see what kind of movement we've had here in this over. Opened at 9, went down to 8.5. No bets so far, William McKinnis. Tricky card. Steve Priest leans to the over 8.5. I'm not going to go against the market move from 9 to 8.5. Not going to make a move. Are you going to pull the trigger on that over?
No.
All
that
right.
would be my small lean, though. Would be the over 8.5.
All right, let's move on to Braves Mets. Atlanta, New York Mets. Fried versus Matz. Although there's a couple sites that didn't have Matz as the starter, the main ones do. We're going to stick with it. New York at City, 67 Fahrenheit clear, but 13 miles per hour in. Steve Priest says Matz is struggling, and he's right. Matz is struggling, but he's always been good against the Braves. 6-2, 2.83 ERA and 14 career starts. You know, he's fresh. He came in Friday. Was it Friday? When did he came in and worked out of the bullpen and inning? And but hard to trust him. And then Max Fried, 6-0, 1.98 ERA, coming back off the IL, back injury September 5th. This is very tricky. Braves versus lefties, really soft. They hit righties hard, lefties with no power, 233, 689 OPS, and Mets hit lefties very hard. And this is a spot where you have to think that Fried is vulnerable. But let's see how much we get paid if we were thinking of fading him. Fried opened up at minus 170. That's where he stands right now. And his total sitting at 8.5. And Steve Priest says wind blowing in and Queens blowing in heavy. What do you think here? Fried, Mets, Braves, Mets.
I like to take the Mets, but Mets, I got like this, I guess, love-hate, really hate Every time I take Matt's, it's not good. It seems like, And then he'll go out, I bet against him, and he'll throw like 8 scoreless innings. And I'm just like, what? So Fried's coming off the IL. He's been unreal this year. 6-0, 190 ERA, 47 Ks. I mean, he's got to be the leader for the Cy Young, right? In the National League. Or tops.
No, Jacob deGrom.
Well, I guess. Yeah. Just give it to him every year. So.
Oh, look at Rod Zawacki. We've missed him. 10-star play of the day on Braves run line.
Hot Rod. All right. Yeah, it's a pass for me. I would go Braves. That would be my only play. I just can't trust Matt's. I see how people could see value with Fried coming back off the IL and the plus 155 or so will you get with the Mets. They just put 10 up last night. They lefties well. So this is a tough one.
Well, there's no way I'm going to take Fried here. I mean, seeing Rod Zawacki on a 10-star play with the Braves, would be a reason why I would take the Braves. Other than what I see here, I do not want a big favorite who's coming in off the IL and dealing with back issues. And we saw that with Montas. Montas got off that spectacular start, had back issues, and it's fallen apart. And Jin Rummy's on the Mets at plus 153. I was going to say that. I was going to say, I bet you, but I didn't want to, put words into another capper's plays. But it makes sense. It makes sense to take the Mets here to me.
Me too. I think there's a lot of value there.
And if I did, I would want it to be first 5.
Yeah.
CT Bay says Peterson could start. I've seen Peterson on a couple of different things. You'd have to decide whether you'd prefer Peterson or not, whether you want to make the bet action. Ulysses Hayes says this is a spot to stay off the Mets. I'm not going to go up against a Rod Zawacki 10-star play. But I can understand why Jin Rummy and Nazar are doing it. All right. Wow. Okay. Still no moves made on this card. Okay. We're very hesitant. Yankees, Red Sox next up. 59 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy. Montgomery versus Perez. Lefty versus lefty matchup. Montgomery coming off his best start of the year. One of them. Unearned run, 3 hits, 5 2/3 against the Orioles. Now, the Orioles at the beginning of the year were smashing lefties. Now they're not hitting lefties at all. So we don't have to tie too much into that. He's 1-0 with a 3.42 ERA, 5 career starts against Boston. Held them to 1 run, 5 2/3 in July. Then allowed a run in 3 2/3 in August 17th. Martin Perez has allowed 2 runs or less in 6 starts this season. But he's looked bad at home. He's been much better on the road. So at home, he's 0-3 with a 5.48 ERA. That's just 4 starts, so a small sample size. He's 2-3 with a 9.85 ERA, 6 career starts against the Yankees. And he went up against Montgomery on August 17th, allowed 3 runs in 3 innings. Dean Nice says Yankees run line smashed Jimmy. They absolutely own the Red Sox. They have beaten the Red Sox, 10 straight times. Beaten the Red Sox 10 straight times. And in the past 8 games, they're outscoring opponents 71-20. Hitting .312. They became the the 7th team in MLB history to homer 5 times in an inning yesterday. I mean, they're playing so well, and they're getting healthier. And this Red Sox bullpen's terrible. Martin Perez is vulnerable. Let's see what we are dealing with, Yankees, Red Sox. Do we just ride the Yankees train till the rest of the year? If we wanted that, I should have bet this yesterday. Because it opened at minus 175. It's all the way up to minus 210. And this total was opened on the over 10.5. It's now to the under 10.5. Wow. Very interesting. Yankees, Red Sox. Mac, take it away.
Okay. Yeah, I'd roll just Yankees here. I've never been a fan of Perez. They're rolling right now. They're getting everyone back. They're getting healthy. And like we talked about a little bit earlier, I'd probably roll with the over, but like I said, when I start getting 10.5 and 11, right now I want no part of it this late in the year, unless I really, really like it. 2 bad pitchers, and these guys kind of fit the bill here, but I don't want to step in front of the Yankees right now. They're bound to lose, but I don't want it here. But that's where I'd go. I just take them run line or -1, whatever you want.
It's cold.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a long trip, obviously, from Buffalo to Boston, but.
Well, the Yankees hit 5 home runs in an inning last night.
Oh, yeah, what am I talking about? That was in New York. So they fly from New York to Boston, and it's 59 Fahrenheit in Boston, and the wind is 10 miles per hour in. We have my man Eduardo Solano joining us. He took the Yankees' first 5-run line. I think that is probably the best spot. Just fade Perez. Are we going to sit here and expect the Yankees just to smash, and smash over and over and over again? I think at some point, are we asking for too much?
Yep.
-0.5, they're -150. I can't even take that.
Yeah, -130 I have on the run line.
Yeah, I was talking about are you talking about first 5 -0.5?
No, you were. I was just talking run line full game.
I got -140. Viper says yes. They'll continue to smash. Slat says Yanks healthy, hitting like crazy, very dangerous team. Team total is high at 6, but I'm on it. Well, Yanks -1.5 and first 5.
Yeah, it's hard to step in front of them right now when they're on this hot. We were on them when they were cold in that streak. They're getting everybody back for the playoffs here.
No doubt. Jason Lowry says, curious to see if Judge is in today. Stanton was in without. I heard that Stanton and Judge will both be in the lineup today. Top Set says Boston team total over is my lean. Why don't we take a look at these team totals? Team totals here. Red Sox 3.5 at -145. Yankees 6.5.
Wow.
Is that our first 6.5 of the year?
I'm not sure.
M. Stroh says, "Don't be scared, homie." I'm scared. I'm scared, man. It's cold. The wind's blowing in. They just had their way at home in Yankee Stadium. Yeah, and the Viper saying Dodgers were 6.5 at Coors.
Okay.
Edward Solano saying LeMahieu, Voit, Stanton, Urshela, all have home runs against Perez. Yeah, in all honesty, and this may sound crazy, but I would lean towards the under 10.5 on a cold night in Boston. But the last thing I want to do is get it in front of the.
Yeah. These Yankee Boston games can just be like 5 hours sometimes and 18 runs.
Tony Mang says, pull those purses out and make a bet already. Okay. Maybe we can make one here. Let's go Rays, Orioles. Rays, Orioles. There's Die Hard MMA podcast. We got our man Clint in the house. Big UFC card tomorrow. Okay, let's move on to Rays, Orioles, Glasnow versus Cobb. Glasnow opens up at -210, now -220, I bet 365. This total opened up at 8.5. Some books have taken it down to 8. And Rays have a 3.5 game lead in the AL East right now. They swept that doubleheader with the Orioles yesterday. They lost Austin Meadows in Game 1 due to injury. Glasnow 3-0 with a 2.12 ERA in 5 starts at the Orioles. The Orioles have dropped 8 of their past 10 games. Cobb has an 0-3 record with a 4.61 ERA in 5 career starts against the Rays. It's another 11-mile-per-hour wind coming in. Rays 33-18, 16-9 on the road. The Orioles 12-18 at home. And Cobb looked good to start the year, and it's like every single start since he's looking worse and worse and worse. Rays, Orioles. You got to move here, C-Mac?
I have a lean. I like to take the Orioles right here, but Cobb has been so bad against the Orioles, and Glasnow's been so good against the Rays, and Glasnow's been so good against the Orioles, especially this year. That my lean would be the Orioles if you want to take it, because Glasnow -205 can't do it. This is the time of year, though, where we see huge dogs, and it's just different because it was a short 60-game season. You know what I mean? Normally, September when it's game 150, you start seeing these huge numbers. And like Glasnow here, minus 205 on the road, I want nothing to do with it. If you want to take a shot, I would roll with the Orioles. I just don't like Cobb. And if he had a little bit of success against the Rays, I would take him. But that would be my lean.
Glasnow is moved to minus 230. Minus 230 in my book. I mean, it's just
205.
You're getting 25-cent better price on Glasnow. Jeff Goglia says Cobb stinks. First 5 Rays. I mean, even that.
Yeah, Cobb does stink.
First 5 is minus 200. If you take Glasnow on the alternate 5-inning line minus a half, it's minus 140. Mr. Know-It-All says Cobb's old team is the Rays. You know, Cobb, there was a time when I thought Cobb stepped up all the time in these big AL East situations. He just hasn't done that with the Orioles. Man. And Elio says, Jimmy, give Gloria, my ex, a shout out. I'm here capping at her place while she works. That sounds pretty nice, man. That sounds pretty nice. Shout out to Gloria. I would say couples that cap together stay together, but it sounds like Gloria wasn't capping with you enough. So maybe she can take a break, cap this MLB card with you, get some winners. Maybe romance is in the air. Shout out to Gloria. I think I did that poorly. Let's move on to Dodgers Rockies. Big Franco in the house. Prince of the City says, isn't the baseball season over yet? I mean, C-Mac, are we going to cap this whole card and make no moves?
No, I'm going to make a move or two here.
I hope so, man. I hope I do too.
We still got what? We still got 7 games left. Let's roll.
Okay. Dodgers, Rockies, and I imagine there's still no line out.
No, I don't have
no line. Dodgers are using a bullpen day. Rockies are going with Ryan Castellani. Castellani allowed 4 runs, 6 hits. 3 of those were homers, or 4 in the third on September 6th.
Yeah, I would not take him. This just seems like a guy Dodgers would rock. Again.
Yeah.
And what would Dodgers be on the run line, you think? I mean, minus 150 or something? Maybe more, you know?
I don't think with a bullpen day it would be.
Maybe not. Still, it'll be minus 130, I think. That'd be my only play here. I can't look at Rockies.
No.
Last night they hung in. I thought they could have first 5 there, and then they got blasted.
And Antoine Seymour are going to take the Miami Heat again tomorrow. Wild. Dylan Turner says, you guys ever look at first inning no-run plays? We talk about them quite a bit, and Mr. Gokster hammers them all the time. I do it rarely. I'd much prefer the first 5 under if I think there's going to be no runs in the first inning.
I just don't like to put a bet in for a certain amount on 1 inning.
Yeah.
But it's not my thing. But props to everyone that does it, Gokster. Sure.
Brandon Lugo says ball will be flying at Coors today. And they've had, a couple of days to acclimate themselves to the mile high. And we're getting a bullpen day from the Dodgers. And that bullpen day looks a little softer. And they're probably not going to pitch their best pieces. It does feel like an over will be in play once we get a line. Really does. I think that over is going to be in play. But then maybe we just take the Dodgers team total over because can we trust these Rockies bats? They're doing nothing. So, all right, we're going to skip Diamondbacks Astros because DJ Big Boss will be joining us and he's got a move to make on that game. So we will come back to Diamondbacks Astros. We'll close with that game and the Padres game. That's where DJ Big Boss is hammering. Then let's go to Royals Brewers. Duffy Hauser. Okay. Hauser's been absolute trash. Yes. 5.40 ERA, 1.50 whip. He looks worse and worse with every start. And then we have Duffy, who's supposed to be the leader in the clubhouse, and he had his start on Tuesday skipped because he missed the team flight. The Royals have won 7 of 8. Hauser's 0-5 over his last 7 starts. It feels like a spot where Now, the only issue when you want to back Duffy, if you want to back Duffy here, is the only thing the Brewers do well is hit lefties, 247, 795 OPS. Let's see what we're dealing with from a market perspective here. Kansas City, Milwaukee. Milwaukee opens at minus 145. They're now minus 165. This total at 9. Is there a move to make here?
Yeah, I think we got to go with the value here with the Royals. I mean, you're going to tell me Hauser 1-5, 5.4 ERA is minus 165. I mean, Duffy's all right. I know, like you were saying, the Brewers hit lefties real well, but I think the value's with the Royals. I'm just contemplating first 5 or full game, and I think I like first 5 a little bit better.
I would say first 5 a little bit better. It's not that the Royals' bullpen's been bad because they've been good. They've been good. It's just that this is a crucial game for the Brewers to win, so they'll be using their best covers, their best bullpen. This makes a ton of sense to me. The Royals' first 5, fade Hauser. Expect Duffy to step up after missing the flight.
I agree.
We have Royals' first 5 look from here. Brandon Lugo in the chat. All right. We're on the board. Royals' first 5 plus 130. Finally. Okay. All right, C-Mac. Now we're talking.
Let's go, baby. Let's roll it.
That's the longest stretch of games we've ever gone without making a move. Man, what is this, a library? All right. We're on the board. Royals first 5 plus 130. Let's go. Next up, we have Twinkies, Cubs, Rich Hill, Kyle Hendricks. Hendricks has been so good of late. So good. 2-0, 1.66 ERA over his past 3 starts. Cubs have a 5.5 game lead atop the National League Central. They're coming up back-to-back walk-offs against the Indians. Their bullpen is pitching better. Twins' bullpen's been good all year. Rich Hill, 3.81 ERA, 1.35 whip, and the Cubs do nothing against lefties. Is this an angry Twins squad coming into Chicago right now? And it's a very, very light travel day for the Twinkies. And the weather is set up for low scoring, 56 Fahrenheit clear, 12 miles per hour in. So it's cold, and the wind is blowing in heavy in Chicago. This total opened up at 7.5. It's already gone down to 7. Hendricks opens up at minus 135. He's now minus 125. Twins, Cubs, what do you think here?
Like you were saying, I like the Twins here. I like the value with Rich Hill at plus 110. Cubs don't hit lefties. He's been good this year. You know, and Hendricks has been just that guy. He throws really great game, and he can get rocked. I think Twins come in here and win. I like the Twins plus 110. I like the value here.
I like the Twins here, too. I think they're an angry group. Steve Priest is on Cubs' money line. Wesley Costa says, I see playoff atmosphere, kind of game with good pitching.
Yeah. I like it 7.5, which is like an 8, but because I was looking at that under.
Can you still get a 7.5?
Hendricks is touched. I have it here in my books.
Yeah, I've got 7 at plus 100.
I think it's 7.5.
Dizzy Rothstein says, don't bet the Twins. Did they use up their bullpen while the Cubs had an off day yesterday? Are you involved in that with your thought process at all?
No. I'm just not the biggest Hendricks fan. I think he can get touched. I mean, he can throw a great game too. Cubs win extras. I had them. They won 3-2 the other night. But I want just the value here with the Twins at plus 110 coming in. For me, it's just a pure value spot. A good team. Like you said, it'll be a playoff atmosphere. I don't want Hendricks and his junk. I don't know. That's my take. Give me the plus 110.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. Hendricks has been good, but if you can get Hendricks out of the game and get to that Cubbies bullpen, which has been much better, 4.33 ERA, 1.33 WHIP, and the Cubs just don't hit lefties, so the longer Rich Hill can go.
That's what I was looking at. The Vegas, they don't hit lefties well at all.
Dizzy Rothstein giving us Cubs 11-4 against Twins at home. Cubs on 5-game winning streak against the Twins. I think this sets up well for the Twins. You know, in that real tough series against the White Sox. And then they get to play the Cubs right after. And then this Cubs team just doesn't hit lefties at all. But I don't want to double up here. Let's see what it is. The first 5's at 3.5. And the Twins are Twins are plus 100. Okay, plus 100 first 5. Michael Irvelina says Hill's fallen off. Hill's starting to pitch a little better. Brandon Lugo says the longest Hill goes is 5 innings. Joe Yurkovich says Hendricks ground ball pitcher. Yeah. Twins power negated by the wind. Hill's very average. Twins have huge home road splits. They do. 10-16 on the road. Mr. Goke says Cubs can't hit lefties. Mr. Goke's your article play today, first 5 under 4. Nice job getting up 4.
Yeah.
Steve Priest, the under at my book's 3.5. Under at minus 105. Gas Station Sushi joining us. I think that my only hesitance, the only thing that's taking me is just the Cubs getting that day of rest yesterday and the Twins in that tough series. Steve Priest giving a final score of 4-2. You are pulling the trigger on the Twins?
Yeah.
I am very close to pulling the trigger on the Twins. I'm going to leave that as a question mark. We'll revisit. I don't want to sit here hum and haw. How many games left? We have 2 games left until we bring on DJ Big Boss to talk about the final 2 games on the card. Let's get right after. Next up is Rangers Angels, 87 Fahrenheit clear, 7 miles per hour out to right center. And did we get a pitching change here? I think we did. Just there's a different opener now. We have where is it? Sorry. Yes. Herget.
Yeah, Herget and Berea.
Herget going to be making his first appearance as the opener, and then it's going to Wes Benjamin will be the primary. Benjamin 1-0, 4.38 ERA, 1.05 WHIP, 13 Ks, 4 walks, 1 homer. Going up against Jaime Berea, 3.38 ERA, 1.13 WHIP. This guy looked like a stud 2 years ago. Last year he was terrible, and he's pitching well this year. A small sample size, but just 2 home runs allowed in 24 innings, 1.13 WHIP, and he's got great career numbers against the Rangers, 4-2, 3.23 ERA, and the Angels have got a spark from Jared Walsh, who's come in, the rookie Jared Walsh, looking good. Right now, the Angels are minus 180, and this total's at 9, juiced to the over. You have a move here?
No, my first look was the over, maybe 9.5. I know Texas doesn't hit, but these 2 teams, these pitchers, Berea pitched pretty well, 5 1/3 at Coors. Got a no decision. 2 bad teams. I mean, there's a lean on the over 9.5, but I got to pass. This is bumps.
Buzznuts play of the day is on the over.
Oh, he likes the over. Yeah, that'd be my lean, is the over 9.5 here.
I've only seen 9s. You have a 9.5 at your book?
Yep.
Wow. You know, this is one of those games where, the Rangers aren't scoring, but in this weather at Angel Stadium, it just feels like offense. Jeff Gogley is saying LA at home over.
That'd be the way to look with these 2.
Joe Yurkovich is on the Angels minus 1.5. Both bullpens are susceptible. The problem is you have to take the Rangers in this. Joe Yurkovich is on the Angels minus 1.5. Wesley Costa says Rangers can't hit, lose on the road all the time. 5-19 on the road. I know this is costly, but maybe this run line is the way to go with the Angels. It's plus 105 for myself at the run line, but Berea's been pitching well.
I think that's a good look.
Yeah. I just want to see what price I'm going to get here. If I did decide to take the minus 1, minus 137. All right. I'm going to take the Angels on the minus 1 line.
Okay.
Angels on the -1 line. And I'm curious to see what the team total is in this offensive weather. The team total for the Angels, 4.5 at -140. Look, I'm not going to. Okay. Cash action bets on this Texas LA under. Buzznuts leaning towards Anaheim team total over 5. Gas Station Susie saying tough MLB card today. It has been. Okay, Angels -1. I'm going to roll with Joe Yurkovich, although he is going on the 1.5. Let's move on to Giants, A's, and then we'll bring in our DJ Big Boss. Giants, A's. Let's see what we have here. Bet 365 for Giants, A's. A's open up, or A's are at -170. I'll get their opening line in a second. This total's at 8.5 and is a pick'em. 64 Fahrenheit, clear, 10 miles per hour out to right center. We have 23-year-old Logan Webb, 2-3, 4.96 ERA, 1.46 WHIP, 45 and a third, 44 Ks, 19 walks, just 3 home runs allowed in those 45 and a third. Going up against Bassett, 4-2, 2.92 ERA, 1.26 WHIP, 42 Ks and 49 and a third, 14 walks, but 6 homers allowed. Giants are hitting and grinding and playing well. 269, 772 OPS. A's versus righties, 228, 728 OPS. I was watching that game very closely yesterday, and I knew we had great cappers in the chat who were taking the value with the Mariners on the plus line. And when my whole idea about this whole social, psychological viewpoint on Tyler Anderson having a good start and seeing him get lit up and then booted in the third inning, I was like, just go with numbers. Yeah. Don't go with this. Oh, the look in his eyes was. Webb, 4 effective innings in his last start against San Diego. Tough team to start against. And that's how high my voice is in my head. Always. Hey, what's up, fellas? Giants put their head above 500 with that come-from-behind 6-4 win over the Mariners yesterday. They're showing a ton of resolve. Matt Chapman is so important to these A's, but Lamb's come in. He's 5 for 11 in his first 3 games. He's stepping up, but the A's have lost 4 of 7, and the Giants are just playing good baseball. What do you think here, C-Mac? Giants.
Yeah, I want to look in this one a bit deeper. Giants are still 25 and 24. We talked about the Marlins earlier. I can't believe they're here right now. I've never been a Logan Webb fan. I don't think he's very good. Bassett's decent. Yeah, Chapman, without him, I don't like him. He's really – he's the meat of their lineup, I'd have to pass here. I kind of rolled Giants to the little value here. That'd be my lean is Giants, plus 145.
Yeah, I'm not going to take it either.
But I think there's some value there maybe with the Giants.
Yeah, no doubt about it. There's value there. There's Hunter Engelhart. Hunter Engelhart is a new father. I hope that's all going wonderfully for you, Hunter. Congratulations on that. Hunter Engelhart joining us. Okay, so let's bring in our DJ Big Boss here, but I'm close to taking the Twins. Plus 110. I think I'm going to pull the trigger. So we got Royals, first 5, plus 130. We're going to have Twins, full game at plus 110. Joe Yurkovich says Oakland just left Coors. They're 7-2 to the under and Bassett starts. Yeah, we have the old leaving Coors factor. Great call, Joe. There's Mark Rosado joining us. All right. And Ziggy says Cubs win, Cubs win. Well, they are the favorite. So I hear it. Okay, let's bring in our DJ Big Boss. Get a little energy on the show. Man, we love Boss. What up, man? How are you?
What up, Dow? How you feeling, Jimmy? C-Mac, how y'all doing today?
Good. How you doing, brother?
Hey, man, I've been chilling back, working on my jingles, man. I got one for all of our cappers in the chat, man.
Let's get it.
Let's hear it.
Y'all want to hear it?
Got it, man. You got it. Let's get this show popping, man.
Okay, this one in dedication to Easy E, so I got to put my glasses on like Easy. Okay. The low baggers in the chat is always hard. come talking the trash, we'll cap the card. Knowing nothing in life but to make these bets. Don't quote me, boy. I ain't said leche yet.
Shit.
Damn.
Oh man, I love, man. That's
Love it.
hard, man. That's hard. We got Stu Boo throwing up a fire sign. Viper MB saying bars. Razor Sharp says we need the big chinga play of the day.
Uh-oh, they're not ready for the chinga. I got another jingle too, Jimmy. You want to save it for the end? You want me to do this other jingle?
Yeah, no. Let's open with the jingle. Let's close with the jingle.
All right, I'm gonna hold this other jingle for later. So let's jump into this baseball game right here. Arizona, Houston.
Yeah.
You on that one, Jimmy? What you like about that one?
Well, Zach Gallen had this incredible streak going. I don't know what happened. We just lost. C-Mac just disappeared. That was too hot for him, man. Those bars were too hot for him.
Bars. Drop the mic. Bars.
He says this to close the window. People are peeking in. Zach Gallen had that huge major league record. 3 earned runs or fewer. And his lone start against the Astros was part of that run. And now he's getting touched. It gets snapped September 7th, 4 runs, 5 hits, 2 walks, 6 Ks against the Giants. But since that got snapped in his last 3 starts, Arizona's lost all 3 games. He's got a 5.82 ERA, and he looks vulnerable. And Greinke having another great season, 3.77 ERA, 1.06 WHIP. Imagine where the Astros 25-25 would be if they didn't have Greinke out there. Astros are 25-25, but they're 18-7 at home. They're 18-7 at home, still strong there. They don't hit righties hard, 240, 714 OPS. D-backs versus righties weak, 235, 700 OPS. This Astros bullpens look bad all year. Greinke, 3.29 ERA over 14 starts against Arizona. And Greinke's not been great. He's allowed at least 3 earned runs in each of his last 5 starts. Wow, so he had that great start to the season, and then he's been getting touched. So let's see what we're dealing with from a market perspective. Diamondbacks, Astros. Astros at minus 170, and this total at 8. Boss, what are you thinking?
This one right here now, Zach did go out last time. I think he gave up, 5 runs last out. So both of them have been giving up a lot of runs. This is a spot I've been finding lately that kind of works for me. Like when these 2 pitchers, supposed to be quality pitchers right here, kind of having a bad year per se. This is a spot where I a lot of times I take my degenerate play, which is the no score first inning. Is a good spot right here because usually these two guys gonna try to show off to each other at least for an inning or 2 before one of them get touched. But just contrarian today, I like the under first 5 in this one as well. But I do see both pitchers right here. Overall, the ERA is not too bad. They have a decent whip. They're throwing strikes. They're just having a rough time right now. So these are the spots right here. It's Friday. These are the spots right here. I look for guys to step it up just a little bit, do their best, and I'm expecting no run first inning and also under first 5.
And the market has been pushing in that direction. By the way, Razor Sharp wondering if you need an agent. Big Boss, Beach Boss. Beach Boss.
I need some studio time. Who got the studio time for me?
You know, it's funny because you look at these 2 pitchers, the way they've been pitching, and you think, oh, they're going to get hit, even though neither of these teams have any power against righties. And the market takes this from 8 to 7.5. Let's see what C-Mac thinks about this spot. Diamondbacks, Astros.
Man, I lean with Gallen here. He hasn't looked well lately, but I've not liked the Diamondbacks all year. They can't hit. Yeah, they hit better lately. That Angels series they hit, but it's a pass for me. Greinke's he came out really, really well to start the year, and he's kind of coming back a little. But he had a great start last time out, so I'm off it.
I lean Houston too because Houston at home. Houston had a rough start. Everybody's aiming at them. They got a lot of pressure. It's these spots right here against these teams like Arizona that's not batting well. That this is where they get their wins. Like if they don't get these, then then people start looking at them inferior, all kinds of stuff. So these are the one Houston really got to pull this off. And if you don't get this one, go to the next one. But this is a spot for Houston, and also I like the under in that one.
It's not a bad price, considering Wesley Costas broke down the home road economy in this spot. Astros 18-7 at home. Diamondbacks 8-19 on the road. And the -1, not bad here. The -1 on the Astros is just -126.
That's where we want to be right there.
What do you think, C-Mac?
Astros got to win, like Boss was saying. I mean, they've been reeling. It's now or never right now. They're 25-25, right?
25-25, yeah, and Greinke on the mound.
They got to win this game. So, I mean, I agree with Boss's look here on the Astros.
Yeah. Yeah, Alexei Popovich's Astros look good. Steve Priest's Astros haven't scored more than 4 runs in the last 4 games.
That's true. They have not looked good lately.
They have to win. But
that's why I slid towards the underside because of that part too. Astros haven't been hitting the best themselves. So, but we have to be careful sometimes too, because it's spots when they both meet at a bad spot where one of them just tear off for a minute. But I probably split units right here with Houston and that first 500 and just go D-Gen jumping off the front. Might be better just to go D-Gen first inning and get out the game.
Tricky. Dizzy Rothstein said Astros lost last 2 against the Diamondbacks. Bright says, why is Zach so low? Which Zach? I don't think I think this is the right line. And maybe if it's the right line, you should stay off of it. Getting plus 115 on that -1.5 is nice. Dean Eden says Houston lost their buzz.
If they were expecting this game to go high, then the total wouldn't be at 8. It'd probably be at 9 or something like that. But with the total at 8, then even the line setters know that it's leaning hard under, and that we're not going to get a lot of hits out of these guys, but we're going to get a win.
The Astros just aren't playing well enough for me to take them as this big of a favorite on the run line. So I'm going to stay off. Gas station looking at maybe the Diamondbacks team total over. All right, so no move for me. We've got moves from DJ Big Boss. No move for C-Mac. Let's get into the last ball game on the card. Padres at Mariners, but it's in San Diego. 80 Fahrenheit, clear, 8 miles per hour in Paddock versus Kikuchi. We got Kikuchi. Padres versus lefties, they hit him hard, 253, 768 OPS. And Kikuchi is 3.60 ERA in 2 career starts against San Diego. 8-3 win, second game of a doubleheader August 27th at Petco. He went 5 innings, allowed 3 runs, 7 hits, no walks, and 6 Ks. Paddock left to start against San Fran on September 10th after 2 innings, hurt his ankle. X-rays were negative. He's not looked good this year. He's not looked good against the Mariners. 4.50 ERA in 2 career starts against them. Took the loss August 25th at Petco. 6 runs, 8 hits in that 8-3 loss. Kikuchi can't be trusted. Paddock can't be trusted. Let's see what we're dealing with from a market perspective. The Padres are a -192 favorite at Bet365. This total at 8.5, juice to the under. DJ Big Boss, Padres Mariners, take it away.
Hey, you got the right hat on, Jimmy. This is big chinga play right here. I like the Padres run line on this one. Yeah, Paddock been doing this thing here and there, slipping up there and there, but someday he gets his day, and today is his day. Kikuchi been getting Kikuchi up out of here often. I can't trust this guy too far out of the second, third inning. But I'm going. I don't know if I split the unit and take them first 5 and full game, or just take them full game. What you think about that?
Well, Bright Ware says Padres book it. C-Mac, what do you think about that?
That would be my only play here. Would take the Padres run line or -1 if you like to do it.
Run line.
Kikuchi got to win over them, like you said, August 27th. But I can't trust him. He's just, and I've like taken the Mariners throughout the year in certain spots, plus money. I don't see it here. Paddock has not looked good. His ERA's balloon to 4.74. Still got good stuff, but that'd be my lean. Would be Padres too, but I'm not going to play it.
And the Seattle bats, they're not stud at all either.
No.
And you got these Padre bats that can flame up at any time. This could be, a ridiculous score. This game can go either way on the total side. And just, jumped off the paper to me right away. Padres run line. I don't know if Jimmy correlated the hat with the pick, but, they go together real quick. Big Chinga run line. Padres book it.
Big Chinga play of the day, Padres -1.5. That's at -120 at my book right here. Steve Priest saying Seattle 18-7 to the over on the road. Bright Ware with you. Steve Priest saying Padres 8-8 versus left-handed pitching. My issue here is Paddock.
Yeah, that was mine.
He's just a roller coaster ride, man. He's just wears his emotions on the mound, but is he capable of stepping up here? Sure. And Mr. Know-It-All says it's Chinga time.
Chinga time. I think the Chinga play is what, 1-1 or 2-1 on the show.
It's 2-1, but it's come in with big plus. Like you're almost up 2 units because you've given out big plus line.
You gotta hit it with the plus on it. It gotta be that's what make it chinga dinga dinga when you hit it with the big plus on it.
Wesley Costin says I've lost with Paddock a couple times this year. I'm going to cheer on Big Chinga. I'm going to spend Friday night alone in the dark cheering on the Big Chinga play of the day. But I'm not going to I can't take Paddock. And this whole card I found very difficult. But we've got 3 looks from our DJ Big Boss. DJ Big Boss, could you review your 3 looks on this MLB card?
In the first one, I like Houston, and also like the under first 5. And don't quote me on my degenerate. If I tell you it's a degenerate play, that's just me. Don't follow me or nothing. That's just me. That's like taking a punch in the mouth. I'm ready to get that one when I take that one. But I like the degen play in that one, which is no score first inning. And then Big Chinga play of the day, Padres run line.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Love it.
C-Mac, review your MLB action.
Okay, so I got the White Sox -105. You got the Royals first 5 +130, and the Twins full game +110. That's it.
I have a very small card as well. I have the Royals first 5 at +130, Twins full game at +110. I'm on the Angels -1 at -137. And that is my MLB card. All right, we move on to college football, and we have just the guide for the victories. Let's talk DJ Big Boss. What are your best bets come this Saturday?
Hey, I think I should start with my jingle right here because it's kind of a public service announcement too.
All right, let's do it.
And this one's a little more rapid, so it goes a little farther. But I'm moving down a couple notches so y'all can stay with me. Okay, it's called Don't Panic. Okay, when you're back against the wall and your bet's about to fall and your girl wants you out for show, don't panic. If you think you capped it wrong, but you seen it on the show, so you know that your bet's for show, don't panic. If you're feeling like a loss and you heard it from the boss, that's for all the times that life is hard. Don't panic. Let's go with some college football.
All right.
Okay, I remember to tell that to my girl when I send in my futures. And NHL this year. Don't panic, baby. Don't
panic. Don't panic. It's a song by Compton As TG. So don't panic. That's my theme for this college football this season is don't panic. We're not gonna panic, and it's been working for us because it's always worked for us because if we panic, we would have been stopped a long time ago. So y'all don't panic, push the gas and the brakes.
Joe Yurkovich is a tough man to please, but he says that you're better than Babano at singing. So you're a better singer than Babano. Okay. Kobe says, how do I pop in here? DJ serenading the chat. Life is great. All right. And LoBag bet number 5 says, don't panic. Song for all of us degenerates. All right. And by the way, Gas Station Sushi loves Big Chinga. So.
That's what's up.
His wife loves it. All right. Okay, let's get to work. What's your first spot here on the college football card, boss?
Well, first I'm going after this Duke game. I'm really liking Duke in this one. Duke against Notre Dame didn't look bad. I mean, you're looking at the top defense that was all over them a bit. They still finding spots to move the ball. They may have lost in a couple big plays in that game, but in this game, they win some of those big plays. Game 2, insight that I'm looking at in this week is more teams in this week. Some of those long passes that you've seen drop last week are probably going to get caught this week. And this quarterback over here at Duke been nice. And I'll back him for the 6 points, no doubt, with Duke in that one. And I also like the over in that game because, they're going to score some points on both sides of the ball. Duke defense is pretty good, but, it's ACC play. And, they're going to stab at each other a little bit. These guys know how to score on these guys some way or another. So they put up a couple points, and I think Duke puts up several touchdowns because they're running a kind of pass-heavy set right now. So I'm riding Duke.
Duke opens at -6. You can still there at Bet365. Some books have taken it to 5.5 though, and this total opened up at 15.5. It's now at 51.5. C-Mac, what do you think of Boss's looks on Duke in the over?
Yeah, I like that look. I haven't bet it, but that was my first lean was Duke here. So,
and the
I've
total?
only made one bet so far, but I will be making the rest tonight.
And what do you think of the over in Duke Boston College?
I don't like it. Either way, I have no call on that over.
All right.
51.5.
Yeah, Big Ragu didn't like it either. We talked about it earlier this week, but I just see Boston College is moving more towards a pass-heavy offense as well, and Duke's a pass-heavy offense. It's going to be some interception, maybe some pick six. I think the number's kind of low. I think it's even dropped a little lower too. So I think the over's a nice spot right here, despite popular opinion. But who gives a about popular opinion? Don't panic.
Don't panic. We have a question from the chat. James Lill says, what do you guys think of Louisville here? He's got Louisville at 5.5, but I don't know how. Louisville's -2.5 at home against Miami. This total's gone up 5 points from 59.5 to 64.5. C-Max, you were saying this is your spot?
Yeah, I took Louisville -2.5. Go ahead, boss.
Oh, go for it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I just like this spot here. I'm not much into the revenge thing. Miami whipped him last year, but Miami is not good on the road. I know they have King, and people are high on him. I don't think they look that good against UAB, to me. And I think Louisville looked pretty well last game against Western Kentucky. So I'm gonna lay the 2.5. So I've already put that bet in. Louisville 2.5.
Louisville -2.5. What do you think of that, boss?
Okay, I haven't laid nothing on this game, but I slept on it for a while, and I'm real contrary to a lot of people are on Louisville. I haven't felt like Louisville has 100% really proved themselves to me, so I just can't lay Louisville. But when thinking about Miami and looking over Miami's last game, Miami's biggest problem last year was that the offense couldn't hold the ball on the field long enough, for the defense, and just overplayed the defense. So they do have a decent defense. And this year with King over there, he gives them a little more offense. He makes a couple more third downs. Because he's a little more elusive. So I think it hangs them in the game a lot longer. And if you're going to give them plus points at a spot like this, I think they're kind of a big dog in that race. But that's only because I don't feel that Louisville deserves this hype that they get in, and nobody can really prove it to me. I seen a few things on paper that makes them look decent, but nobody has really talked me out of saying that Miami shouldn't deserve to be the big dogs in this fight.
All righty. There we go. Miami, Louisville. What's next on your card, boss?
I like and this is a one that Big Ragu put me on, and this is kind of a big chinga quick one right here too, and that's the over in the Navy Tulane game, Navy versus BYU. I mean, these guys did not play no defense. Like, it was like a high school versus a college team, with a BYU team that's made them look like their offense was 5-star, the way they moved up and down the field on that team. And I think they said something about Navy had like 2 days preparation before some of those games, a lot going on with our armed forces and all that. And I also like the over because, despite all that, the option is the option. They're going to run their offense. It's not going to play a lot on their offense. It's going to play more on their defense. And the number's real low right here. I think it's was it 48?
48 or 48 and a half, yeah.
Yeah, 48 and a half. That's real low, man. You're talking a couple options get loose and they score a couple, and then you're talking about Tulane finally getting the chance to play a team and have their way and lay some offense on them. So I like the over in that one a lot.
Navy, Tulane, and that's dropped a point from its opening line. Navy, Tulane, over 48 or 48 and a half from our DJ Big Boss, a Big Ragu spot as well. What's next, boss?
So that I've been into the Sun Belt since I didn't get the Mountain West. So I had to throw this one out here. Now, the Raging Cajuns play Georgia State, and in that one right there, they're giving Georgia State like 17 points. Now, the Raging Cajuns looked very impressive against Iowa State, but I think it was an oversight. I think Iowa State is really bad on offense, and I think they're a little hyped from the tradition of having a good defense, but I don't think they had the personnel for the defense that they used to have there. They're missing a lot, and a lot of those guys that played up for the last couple of years, those were JUCO players that all came over. Like 4 of them came from like one college, so those JUCOs are gone. And it kind of left kind of dry right there. So they did a good job last week winning the game and all that. But they played in conference right here, which is something totally different. And I think it's just a little bias of the line setters to set the line so high. Maybe they want everybody to jump on it. But I think Georgia State's a quality team over there, returning a lot of players. They can move the ball. They got a little defense over there. They can cover as well. Should be a nice game, to say the least. The Raging Cajuns probably get past them, but 17 points is a little too high. And I'm liking Georgia State on that one.
Wow, Georgia State to cover the big price. It opened at 17 and a half, now down to 15 and a half.
And I also like the under in that game too. The under set pretty high. The history of those two teams playing, the under is the favorite. I think it's like 4 out of 6 games were to the under, but that number is one of the higher numbers that they had in a few years. So I'm still sticking with the under in that one.
I like it. Georgia State and the under there. That under, man. I can't move on the under now. Open at 61, now all the way down to 57. So absolutely great call. A. Haley agreeing with that under. There we have DJ Big Boss's NCAA football card. Any additions to it?
Oh yeah, we could keep going. Not all of these I put in yet, but they're strong plays that I'll probably play. But to what level I don't know. But we got Notre Dame. You can't get me off this show without talking about Notre Dame. We got the Notre Dame game too.
25 and a half point favorites. Yeah, we're all itching to talk game 1, Lakers, Nuggets. But let's see what else is going to be on DJ Big Boss's card. USF, Notre Dame. 25 and a half point favorites for Notre Dame.
So Prince of the City is teasing me with this USF money line garbage he talking over there. Now I'm split on this game again because I should have stuck with my guns. And me and Noli talk about this. Whenever you have basically like a little motto or something, like I don't like laying over 15 points with Notre Dame at home. If I would have stuck to that last week, I would have won. But I bounced around. I ended up taking the under. But if I stick to that this week, I could take the 25 points and I could look at it as, the years ago when we had one of the worst seasons that we had. We played this team and they actually beat us. But if I look fast forward to right now, like these two teams don't even belong on the field together. Notre Dame's defense, talent wise alone, second string could probably play with this team. And Kelly talks about he has depth on defense. He said he played over 13 defensive players in the box in the last game. So defense should be trump tight on this. And this is a spot right here where itty bitty book, because I don't really care for this guy because he lost his ball somewhere in the fight. But itty bitty book, this is where he gets loose right here. Gives him a chance to put up those big numbers. Like you look at him on paper, he always looked nice, but he's not always playing like a heart, of a lion in the game. So itty bitty book, this is a chance for him to shine right here. He probably puts up 4 or 5 touchdowns or something. We got a lot of weapons at running back over there. The running game, the offensive line looks great. So these two teams don't belong on the field. I like Notre Dame minus the points.
Notre Dame minus the points. And yes, Steve Priest, Florida Atlantic, Georgia Southern is postponed. Notre Dame minus the points. We're going to move on to NBA now. Big Boss, is there anything else that you want to touch on before we move on?
Just one other one that I like is AppSt. I think AppSt numbers look great. Wasn't the best looking game against Charlotte, people think, but this AppSt team I think is A-OK in the fight. I think this is a very low line to get them at. If you could have got them early, you could have got them at like 3 or 3.5, I think it was. But now you got a 4.5. They're on the road, but I think they're the superior team over there.
AppSt, and Max was just talking about AppSt. If you could have got them on the 3.5 where they opened it, there are 5s now. There's a 5.5 that just jumped on the board as well. Yeah. This total's gone from 57 to 59.5 for 60. Any notes, C-Mac, on those last 2 spots, or last 3 even, Georgia State, Notre Dame, and AppSt?
Yeah, I love Georgia State there. They returned 16 players. They do got a new quarterback, but that's just way too many at home. I got to take those points with Georgia State. And I'm on the other side. I got to take Marshall here, plus 5.5. And they're my dog. I'm going to sprinkle a little on the money line too. So that's another bet I have in. And I'm against Boss here too. I got to take South Florida against my Fighting Irish. I just can't lay that points with Notre Dame. Just can't do it. That's a lean for me. So I'll have them all ready to roll tomorrow morning.
And we are not doing betting with the bag on Saturdays anymore. Because I'm going to focus on the Sunday morning NFL show. So we're not doing Saturdays. So your show will be the big show on Saturday mornings. And I'm not sure if we're going to start you guys a little earlier. That's been in the talks. But the big show here at odds.com on Saturdays is your NCAA football show. And it's great. I love it. Keep up the great hustle there. Our man, DJ Big Boss in the house. Boss, I need to hear that first track one more time. Can you hit us with it one more time before you make moves?
The LoBag anthem?
Yeah.
The cappers in the chat is always hard. Start talking that trash, we'll cap the card. Knowing nothing of life but to make these bets. Don't quote me, boy. I ain't said leche yet.
There he is, DJ Big Boss. Thank you so much for joining us. I will check in on your show tomorrow for sure because I won't be on mine. Thank you so much for rolling with us, DJ Big Boss. We love you so much, my man. Any last words for these great cappers in the chat?
Don't panic.
Don't panic. I love you, man. Enjoy your weekend and enjoy your Friday, my friend.
I'm out.
There he is, DJ Big Boss. What a guy. What a guy. All right. It is time now for Game 1, Lakers, Nuggets. Man, am I excited to talk about this game. And I've gotten over the fact that I lost $300 on a Clippers future. I've gotten over it. They were, how do you say it nicely? They're pansies.
They got whipped.
They got beaten up. They got beaten up 3 straight games, and they don't deserve our attention, and they don't deserve the honor of playing the Lakers in the Western Conference Final when all eyes will be on them. I mean, this Boston-Miami series is excellent, and yes, I was excited to watch the Clippers-Lakers, but they don't deserve it. They don't, so let's never speak of that franchise again. All right? Gas Station Zoo said Clippers were a fraud. They sure were. They sure were. Joe Yervin says, are the Lakers breathing a sigh of relief by not having to face the Clippers? What I've seen from the Lakers so far is dominance. So I don't think a team with LeBron James is going to be afraid of anything. This total opened up at 212. I moved on it at 211. It's Bet365 has it at 210.5 right now. Some books have moved it down to 210. The Lakers open up at -6.5. And it is now -7s across the board. Pace-wise, Nuggets had the slowest pace in the 8 seeding games, 97.5 possessions a game. Got slower in the playoffs, 94.26. Lakers' pace was 101.88 possessions a game. Got to the playoffs, and it slowed a little bit, 99.75 possessions a game. So the Nuggets advanced by coming back from a 3-1 deficit. First team in NBA franchise or NBA history to come back from back-to-back 3-1 deficits. Very impressive. Jamal Murray, he's an assassin. He's a gamer. When everything's on the line, you got him and Nikola Jokic, and they step up. And that's a very important thing, a very important quality. Gary Harris has come around. Millsap is hitting big shots and playing strong defense. And they become a very formidable squad. Lakers have Davis and LeBron playing exactly as you would hope they would play. Davis, 27.6 points a game, 10.9 boards. He's shooting 58.6% from the floor. LeBron, 26.6 points, 10.3 boards, 8.8 assists in the playoffs. Both have been excellent. Then you have Rondo getting better as he's come back from his injury, getting better each game. Kuzma hasn't quite stepped up the way some thought he may in the playoffs. Maybe that's still in him. And then Morris has stepped up as well. The reason why I wanted this under is because we know we're going to see more of Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee. And we know what happens when they're on the floor, and the pace slows considerably. But we're also going to see adjustments made on the fly. And obviously, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know what adjustments Malone is going to have to make or Vogel's going to have to make. But I do think those adjustments on the fly where the way, Vogel decides when to not use McGee and Howard and to use AD at the 5, how they're going to slow down Jokic, and then LeBron holding the ball and LeBron figuring out game plans with the ball in his hands, taking time. I do think this is all going to take time off the clock, and I'm on the under 211 right now. Steve Priest says, got to go with the Nuggets, Lakers under. Dylan Turner, Lakers under. DJ Big Boss, Nugs first quarter. Been fading Lakers game 1 all playoffs. So the only 2 games they've lost, those first games of the series, they're fresh in everybody's mind. But this time, I just feel a little different. With these guys stuck in the bubble, C-Mac, they're just so focused. I mean, watching LeBron talk, and I don't know if I've ever seen someone as focused ever. C-Mac, take it away. What are your first thoughts? How are you betting it? What moves are you making?
Yeah, the Lakers look locked in. You've been waiting for this kind of to see how they played. Clippers folded. Lakers stepped up. But I love your underlook. I'm on it. And I know it's been a trend. They've lost game 1. But I got to take the Nuggets in the 7 points. To me, it's too many. So I'm on the +7 with the Nuggets. The key to the Nuggets, Jokic will get his is Porter a little bit, and of course Murray. He can't, because he can go in slides where you don't see him. But he's been dominant. Those last 3 games were unreal, just balling out. So as long as he scores 30, the Nuggets got a good shot here. So I'm on the +7 and I'm on the under 211.
Why would you take the full game Nuggets instead of like a first half Nuggets? When we see these teams out of a huge series, they just seem to struggle late.
I don't know. I don't feel that. I mean, I've got beat too many on, first quarters. And
my fault, sorry, C-Mac, my fault on the Rondo right thumb fracture practice. No, that's old. Where do I have back spasms are back? Okay, there it is. Not right thumb fracture. Back spasms are back. Questionable. I think Rondo's in, man. I don't think Rondo misses it. Sorry, take it away.
I was just saying the last few games, I know it's a different team, but the Nuggets got better in the second half than the first, these last few games. And like I said, it's different. I'll just rather take full game. And I might be taking a shot, but for some reason, they've looked better late for me, and I'd rather just take the full game 7 instead of going first quarter or first half there.
See, I
mean, I get what you're saying, but I'd rather have a full game.
The points are nice. And Nicholas giving us Rondo back spasms, LeBron sore groin. Von Polo says, if anything, the Denver Nuggets start slow and they pick up the pace towards the end of the game. I don't see after that tough of a series, I would want them early when it's possible that the Lakers have a little bit of rust. I mean, we saw that with the Celtics Heat game 1 where the Celtics were all over them early. I'm not on the Lakers here, but if I had a free play on a side, I think I would be on the Lakers here.
Yeah.
I think I would be. Johnny K says they're going to be ready. Shane Schwader, Kyle Kuzma, 10.5 points over. Like it a lot. There's no prop bets for Rondo. Yeah, they won't put a prop bet if he's questionable. No, they never put the questionable players up. Let's talk about this player prop situation here, C-Mac. You like the Nuggets plus the points. Is there any players that you're looking at in the prop market? We have Jokic at 22.5, heavily juiced to the over -140. With Jamal Murray 24.5, juiced to the under. And Dennis made a very sharp point about Jokic that only averaged 16 points against Lakers during the regular season. Unlike the Clippers, Lakers have bodies to throw at Jokic, including a couple Defensive Player of the Years. Is there any player you're looking at here?
Well, if I'm on the Nuggets, I would be on Jamal Murray player prop. I mean, he's like I said, he's got to score 30 at least for them to be in the ballgame. If he goes off and has a bad game, Lakers will win easy. So if I correlate, that's what I rolled. I'm not going to take the prop because, like I said, I'm not a huge prop guy, and because I hate going at like a game and screaming for Danny Green to hit a 3. Come on.
Yeah, it's
I
tough
remember my brother like, come on, Horace Grant, at the end of his career with the Lakers, and I was like 15. He's just like, come on, Horace. I'm like, God, he's got all this money on Horace Grant to score 4 points in the finals. And I'm like, so props just, I pick and choose. That would be my correlation. He's got to score over 25, right, tonight?
Well, it's just to the under. Ado says, who's going to guard and slow down Murray? No one. And then I guess the back spasm issues for Rondo become that much more important. If Rondo's not out there, who is going to slow down Murray? Dutch Boy Fresh says Monte Morris. Jive Man says Rondo plays decent defense. He plays great defense if he's healthy.
Yeah.
Dylan Turner on Jokic under points and assists and rebounds tonight. Jokic coming off 16 points, 22 boards, and 13 assists when the Montrezl Harrell could do nothing to slow him down. Wow. Shane Schwader talking about uncut gems. Yeah, at least he's not betting on the. I still want to watch that over and over and over again. Yeah, it's tough. The player props are tough. Tough, and they've hurt me in the bubble. Shooting percentages have gone up. I like this under. Under 211 is my best look on this game. But I do think that the Lakers are just locked in right now. Nuggets +7. You're also moving on the under as well, C-Mac?
Yeah. Both.
Brandon Lugo says Jokic will need to stay out of foul trouble. Very, very important. All right, there you go. And then can we get a look ahead on how you're betting if you have a plan on Heat Celtics for tomorrow?
I don't. I'm like, Celtics got to win. That'd be my look. But I just love how the Heat have been playing, you know? What do you think? I mean, it's kind of tough to take the Celtics, but they have to. I heard they were arguing in the locker room after the game, and Marcus Smart, so I don't know if they're the team to take, but so I'm torn there.
I think Don Carleon asking if anyone has any international basketball looks. I don't. I would want the Celtics first quarter, but I don't want -1.5. And then you're right. I do probably need to dig a little deeper into the whatever happened in the locker room afterwards. Shane Schwader saying Heat all day. Jimmy, they made me so much money. Bet till they lose. You know who else they made so much money for is Dennis Garcia, taking a money line every game. That Buck series was very good to Dennis. Dennis says, I haven't found a reason to bet against Miami, so Miami money line again. Vincent Gigante on Heat +3. Very interesting. Well, C-Mac, we don't have a lot of action on today's card. It's a relaxing Friday. Can you review your looks on today's card in MLB and NBA?
I got White Sox -105, Royals first 5 +130, Twins +110, and I got the Nuggets +7 and the under 211. That's it.
We got a lot of similar action, so hopefully we have a day-to-day because I'm with you on the Royals first 5 +130. I'm with you on the Twins +110. I'm with you on the under 211. My only other play is Angels at -1 and -137, and I thought a lot about making a move on the Astros, and I decided not to. Noli knows Brewers first 5 -0.5. Giants A's first 5 under 4.5 from our Noli knows. And Gas Station sending out his horse looks. Love it. And Dennis Garcia said Celtics shot twice as many free throws and couldn't win. Noli knows also on the Rays, Orioles first 5 under. Top set Heat first quarter under. Heat all day. There you go. And Christian Rivas says, C-Mac, I'm with you on the Nuggets. I think books keep overlooking these spicy Nuggets. Put some respect on their name, says Christian Rivas. I love it. Don Corleone saying no one on the Yankees. No, look, it's cold and the wind's blowing in heavy, and the Yankees don't smash lefties like they smash righties. I know they're smashing everybody right now. But there is our show. Thank you to our guests, Conor Mack and DJ Big Boss. C-Mac, you got any last words for these guys? And tell us a little bit about your big show tomorrow.
Yeah, all the guys in the chat as always. I love it. You guys kill it. Just gearing up for the weekend. Like I said, those were my looks earlier. I like Marshall at Louisville. I already put that in -2.5. I like Georgia State +6. I didn't put that in. I got to at 15 because that has dropped from 17, 15. And I like South Florida +25.5, and I'm leaning Syracuse a little bit, 21.5. That's it. But yeah, tomorrow morning.
I like it. I like it. Shane Schwader, happy birthday, my man. Enjoy it. We also have a big birthday, 65 tomorrow for our Intex. Much love to you. Thank you to all the cappers in the chat. And Noli knows asking, what is CD? I thought he was talking Kentucky Downs, but let me just go on and go to my HBI and tell you, because Churchill's not running today, right? Let me just check here for our Noli knows and sign in. Also, he's given us his first look at Woodbine Race 1. And when Gas Station talks horses, we listen. Okay, let's see. CD. Yeah, Churchill Downs. Wow. So Gas is just giving you best bets. I didn't realize Churchill Downs was rolling today. That's 61 minutes to popping off. Belmont rolling today. And Will Rogers Downs, where Gas just dominates. And Gas stations look on Woodbine Race 1 is ahead by a century with Bayan. This 5-year-old horse, morning line 12-1, bet down to 7-1 already. There you have it. Dennis Garcia says, yes, Churchill is running. Let's see what Dennis Garcia has going on right now. Let me just pop this up here. See if we can get a Dennis Garcia article up and at him. And Dennis's horse article isn't out yet. As soon as it's out, I will tweet it out. Intex, have a great birthday tomorrow. Shane, my man, enjoy your birthday today. Conor Mac, thank you for joining us. And DJ Big Boss. Shout out to all the cappers in the chat. Gio Mercedes says, what's the NBA play? It's the under, and get on it fast before it goes down too low. Intex, Noli Knows, Buzznuts, Dennis Garcia, Dean Eden, Smith Legacy, A. Hilly, Guillermo, Zertucci, Vincente, Gigante, Mr. Wisdom, Mark Onkefer, Johnny K, Kevin Ramos, Nicholas Shant, Christian Rivas, Brandon Lugo, Paul, Don, Carleone. All you guys, thank you so much for your hustle. Have a great weekend. I'll see you guys Sunday for our big NFL show. Bebenek now 6-0 on the year. I am 4-2. One of my losses was a player prop, so we're 10-1 sides in total to start the year. C-Mac, thank you for your hustle, man. Can you let us out of here?
Oh, yeah. Leche, hey, los bookmakers. Let's get it, boys.